guys, what's up? It's Crazy Cali 13.
And Iceman here. What's up, guys? We coming at you from the bedroom. The best place to tell a story, I always say, is in the bed. So we're gonna start the story time today.
So somebody wanted to know about how we met, and I know that we got into it in the Q&A, but like it was very like simple and quick. But they want to know the story of how Ice and Cali became
like
Ice
the
and
full
Cali.
details.
So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now, and we're gonna tell you all about how we met, and it's pretty much some pillow talk between me and Ice. So here we go, guys. Me and Ice met 7 years ago. I'm not sure if it was like the first week of July.
It was like July 6th.
5th or 6th, something like that.
The first day of summer school, basically.
Yeah, and we met on a school bus because I was a bus matron on a school bus, so meaning I was like a bus attendant. Like, I assisted the bus driver while he drove. I assisted and made sure that the kids got to school and from school safely. His job was to sit on the bus with a particular student to make sure that that particular student, because they, you know, for whatever reason, their disability.
It's called a one-to-one bus bus kid. Basically, you could have a kid that is either a health issue and you on the bus with him because he has health issues like seizures and whatnot. Or you could be on the bus with a kid who's really, really bad and he tries to jump off the bus or he hits other kids. That's another reason why. So it's different reasons.
Parents are there for medical reasons. They're there to assist that one-on-one student. They're called teacher's assistants. So, I was hungover. It was my first day of summer school on that bus. It was my first time actually in the school. It was my first Bronx run too, because I've always been stuck in Queens or in other places. And I get off the bus, I pull up to this school, and I see a para, and I'm like, shit. Bus matrons and bus drivers do not like paras because that means that we can't curse, we can't talk. The bus matron can't sit in the front, she has to sit in the middle. You know, it's just a lot of things that we're supposed to do by following certain rules. And if a bus para is on a bus, that means that there's a way that we can get in trouble.
And the funny thing is that at most, I could say like 85% of bus paras don't give a shit. We don't care what the matron says or what the matron does or what the driver does or say, or he's on his phone or if he stops in the corner to get McDonald's. We don't care
until we piss them off. Now,
the only way we could get pissed, the only time a bus para will get pissed off is if we get left. Because if we get left behind, we get in trouble. Now, if the kid doesn't show up, that's a different story. But if sometimes we're running late, like me, I'm always running late. If the bus was to leave without me getting on the bus and the kid was outside waiting, I could get in trouble. The bus para would get in trouble because we're supposed to be there on time. It's part of our job, you know. So that's the only way we would get upset. Other than that, we don't really give a shit.
Yeah. So, anyways, I see this guy and he's wearing like extremely baggy clothing and effed up sneakers, and I'm all about shoes, so that's the first thing I noticed. And then his white hair, and then he had these eyebrows that were like super thin and this far apart. No, we're gonna put a picture here so you can see, because I actually have a picture of him on the school bus that summer when we first started talking
about stalkers.
He had you took the picture, you dummy. We were dating already.
You took it.
But you.
We wasn't dating yet because I got off that bus.
No, the picture.
The second week.
The picture I took of you. Yeah, Sammy, we got together the second week.
Damn, you a beast.
God. Anyways, so what ended up happening was that I looked at him and I was like, ew, why is there... He looked like a Puerto Rican hick. Like, he looked like... Not no Daddy Yankee or reggaeton artist. He looked like a hick. He looks like a reggaeton artist now. Back then, he looked like a hick. He had the thinnest eyebrows ever. He had a beard that was like... it was like a line on his jawline that went all the way up here. And then
Bro, you talk about... nobody did big beards. Nobody had...
Sam, you've had the same beard for like 6 years, because right after we got together I was like, no, new beard. So whatever, no, bro. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he says. That thin shit was never in. That shit was gay. So anyway, he says, hi, I'm Sammy. I'm the bus para for so and so, and I'm like, oh, okay. I don't give a shit. And I'm like, all right, bye. And then fine, whatever. He gets on the bus, he sits down, and then sure enough, there's like 3 of them, and it was him and 2 other chicks. One of them was mad cool. Like, the first day I didn't talk to nobody. Like I said, I was hungover, so I just stood in the front and I slept. When we came back, I picked him up, and I picked all of them up from school, like, around 2 o'clock. In the summer school's only 6 weeks long. And when he came on, he's like, oh, what time approximately are you going to be here tomorrow? And I was like, and that's my job. I'm supposed to take down the time on the first day for the run so that I could, you know, like, if we got there at 6:45, I'm writing 6:45, house number 2, and then the kid's name. So I'm looking at the list, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll be here at so-and-so time. He's like, oh, okay, well, here's my number just in case. Call me if you guys are running late or whatever. I'm like, yeah, like, I've never had a parent give me their number, and I just thought that was weird.
I don't know, but the school that I'm in, there's about 150, 160 bus paras, and they all give their numbers to the matron or the driver, because we all run late, we all run into issues. I mean, that's a bonus, but that's not what we usually do it for.
Anyways, so the days progressed in that first week. Apparently, he was just a substitute, and that week progressed.
Well, I wasn't actually a substitute. That was my kid during the whole year. It's just that in the summer, you have to repick, and people that have more seniority over you will go first. So I picked him. That was the kid that I picked, because that's my yearly kid. Well, it was my yearly kid. Just somebody who had more seniority picked him and got him.
I want to get past this part because the juicy part was towards the middle. So what happened was that this whole week passed by and I barely spoke to him. And what triggered a conversation was, the first thing that triggered a conversation was that his student attacked another student, and it was a kindergartner with a grown man, because, you know...
Yeah, my bus kid was about... probably a little bit bigger than me. Well, he wasn't taller than me. He was about my height, but he was about, like, bigger than me. Like, he was huge. He was a huge kid. And he started attacking this little kindergarten. He pulled her by her hair. So I had to, like... No, he wasn't... That wasn't my kid. My kid didn't attack. It was David. It was Jeanette's kid. Because my kid was good. He was the one who pulled the girl by her hair. It wasn't my student, because my student was good. You know, he was good. But,
whatever. And
I helped the other bus para, the girl, you know, deal with his kid, and I was able to
deal with her kid.
Yeah.
And he, like, took his hands off a little girl, whatever not, and I was like, oh my god, thank you. And that was, like, the first time me and him actually talked. Then the very next day, he started playing Egyptian Hold You on his phone, and I don't know why he was doing it. I don't know if he was setting it as a ringtone, or if he was actually just listening to the song. You know, whatever. They're not supposed to be on their phone, so I just turned around, and I guess he got nervous, so he's like...
I don't remember, guys, if it was a ringtone or... At the time, I had a BlackBerry, so it wasn't an iPhone or anything like that, so I wasn't playing music, because BlackBerry didn't really have... I didn't have music in my phone. I can't remember. But I'm not sure if it was like a ringtone or something, if somebody called me, or if maybe I was playing it. I don't remember. But I know the song came up on the phone, and then she was like, oh, shoot. And she was sitting all the way in the front. I was sitting in the back.
Because I love that song, and I didn't know the name of it. And I was like, oh, my God. What's the name of that song? I love that song. And he was like, that's Egyptian, Hold You. And I was like, oh, my God. And then, like, the conversation began from there. And then he started telling me about the sister of his student adding you on Facebook. And then she kind of had a crush on him, but he wasn't, you know, into her, whatever. And then I was like, oh my God, you should add me on Facebook. And he's like, oh, okay. So he added me on Facebook, and then whatever not. And then we just started texting from there. Like, and it was little conversations while he was at work. He's texting me back and forth. And it was kind of like fun, because it's like exciting to have a new person to text and talk to. So I was like into talking to him, whatever. I really didn't like him. He wasn't my type. And I wasn't his type. He said I looked like a tomboy, because I had short bob haircut.
You had really short hair.
I had a bob haircut like Rihanna did.
Baggy. Your clothes were baggier than me. You talking about my?
It was my uniform. I had to wear a button-down blue shirt that had a patch on the shoulder with my job name.
I know, but it's still baggy.
And my pants.
To do with how the.
I just lost 110 pounds. I wasn't gonna keep buying clothes. I had already bought clothes twice.
I mean,
I was 225
pounds. I'm
just
saying it was baggy.
And I went down to 120. How the hell was I gonna buy? I bought a uniform twice, and it was hard to find pants because those uniform pants they couldn't, and especially in the summer, they couldn't have pockets. They had to be capris. They had to be below your knees. They were so difficult, and it was like those buses were trash, and it was super hot on those school buses. And I'm like, yo, I didn't want to, like, it was too hot, and the air conditioners never worked. So that was the issue with that, you know. So it's like, whatever. You didn't have to diss my clothes. But the joke's on him. The joke's on him.
It was just baggy.
Because the way
you was dissing my clothes a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, but mine was uniform. Those were your actual clothes.
Whatever.
I didn't dress like that out of work.
Continue with the story.
So the joke's on him, guys, because so we start talking. He's like, yeah, well, whatever, and I'm like, oh, we should chill sometime. And he said, oh yeah, we should.
Yeah, but all right, guys, time out for a second.
You already told this on the last video, but if you,
I'm gonna say it again. Hello, this is a new video. So. A lot of people say this, and I don't know if you guys experience this, but I experience it all the time. You would tell somebody, hey, we should chill or we should hang out. And the person says, yeah, of course, just let me know when. And you'd be like, all right, I got you. Most of the time or some of the time, it just never happens. Nobody reaches out to the next person.
No, you just have trash ass friends because me and my friends, when I say we're going to get together, we're going to get together.
Yeah,
when
all right.
Julie, I'm going to hang out with Julie and me hang out.
Yeah, but you haven't hung out with in a long time. But that's my point.
It's been 2 weeks because she's been working. Not
all right, but that's my point.
I'm chilling with her tomorrow.
Bro, but that's my point. That you would say, oh, we're going to chill, and then you don't really chill, or you chill later on. Bro, you said we should go hang out. And I was like, all right, cool. Just let me know. And this is a Monday. And I was like, all right, cool. Just let me know when. The day? Bro, because that was going on in my head. Like, yo, it's Monday? And you want to go? I'm like, all right, cool. And she was like, oh, let's go out. I was like, all right, cool. Just let me know when. She was like, today. And I'm like, wait, today? Like today, Monday, today?
I was going through a phase where I was drinking beer and whiskey and I was just drunk all the time. I told you, my first day of work, I was hungover, guys.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, today. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go out then. She was like, all right, City Island. I was like, all right, sure, let's go.
When you spend at least a good 4 to 5 years fat as hell because of stress and you just had a baby and whatever not.
Or you just like to eat.
No, I moved to New York and I got fat in New York because I wasn't fat in California. In New York, all the food is delivered to you. Everything's open 24 hours. People are I think there's more obese people in New York than there is anywhere else. There's trains, there's cabs. Nobody walks anywhere. Why are they going to walk? All they got to do is like this and $5, $7, they'll take you around the corner. People literally will jump. I've seen people jump on the train and jump off 2 stops later. Bitch, you couldn't walk that? Are you serious?
Bro, you don't walk still.
Whatever. What are you talking about? Right now, because you're not working, so you currently drive me everywhere. Why not? I'm working 2 jobs and I pay half the car.
Oh, so, here you go again.
Whatever. But when you're working, I walk everywhere.
Lies.
Really? You wouldn't even take me to work.
Bro, continue with the story. You're always going off the topic.
Anyways,
I don't even remember what was the last thing you said.
What I was saying was that I was really big, so I was trying to party all the time because I had lost so much weight, and it was like finally it was like my coming out party. Like, lost all this weight, I was coming out, so I was partying a lot. I just wanted to get drunk on his expense. But I didn't really want to chill with him because that same day I was like, you know what, forget it.
Yeah, it was like a half an hour right before it was time to hang out. The plan was to meet up at like around 5 or 6 or something like that. And it was like a half an hour right before we were supposed to chill. She started texting me and talking about, making up excuses. Like, I don't really want to go. I'm like, why? What happened? She was like, I don't have money. I was like, I mean, I got you. I was like, don't worry about it.
Guys, I just didn't want to waste.
I was like, nah, I got you. I was like, it's cool. Don't worry about it. And then I was like, I'll pay for this time, and then next time you got me. I made it a joke.
Who does that?
I mean, it was a joke.
Him, because he's cheap as hell, and he was cheaper back then.
So what? Yeah, I'm cheap now, right? Now I'm broke because of you. Anyways.
That's okay, but I take care of you, so that's okay.
So anyways, I finally convinced her to go. And we went to Seafood City. and we shared like one of those fried.
I ate 2 pieces.
Yeah, we shared like one of those fried food platters, like a whole bunch of fried stuff in it. I didn't even eat a lot of it. I'm allergic to shellfish, so I can't eat I can't eat shrimps. I can't eat nothing that has a shell in it. So I ate the fish and I ate the scallops, but that was about it. I didn't really eat the
And I
rest of
couldn't
it.
eat because I just had surgery, so my stomach was really shrunken.
Yeah,
so
but
I
we were
ate, like,
drinking most of the time, mostly anyway.
I was drinking mad
You're
beer.
alky.
But let me tell you, we was talking. The vibes was chill. This is the best part of the story, guys. Vibes was chill. Everything's chill. But he keeps going like this.
I was just scooting closer.
And I'm like, and the benches at Seafood City, they're really benches. It's like old school benches from the schools.
Yeah, it's like school. I don't know if you guys been to City Island. For those who don't live in the city, it's kind of like cafeteria, like high school cafeteria. They're like
tables
long
outside
tables, like those
with
benches.
Loud Hispanic music, hip hop music, and everybody's drunk. Everybody's chilling. It's on the pier by the water. There's like gates really up, cool and there's atmosphere. Mad seagulls and mad ratchets. All the ratchets go to Seafood City, including us. So I was like moving over, and then he would move over. I smoked a whole box of cigarettes that night.
Yeah, you got cancer. You didn't get cancer that day.
I was trying to like smoke all my cigarettes to get him to move that way, and he wouldn't. It didn't matter. And then he starts going like this. This is the best part. Give me your hand. He goes,
God, you're annoying.
Oh, our hands are. Look how small your hands are in my hand.
Bro, because your hands are
They're
small
so
compared
tiny.
to mine. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Cool.
And then he goes,
I didn't smile like that. You damn like, get off of me.
No, I'm smiling like that because he's a cornball. Instead of just grabbing my hand, he goes, oh, look at our hands. And then he locks his hands with mine. I'm like, oh, hell no. Let me find a reason to let go of hands. Oh, let me smoke another cigarette. Then I was like, oh, it's getting late. I got to be up at, and it was true. I had to be up at 5 a.m. because I had to be leaving my house at 5:45 to get on my school bus at 6. So I'm like, oh, I got to go. It's about that time. So then I was like, ready? And he's like, yeah. So it was like, like 8, 9 o'clock?
Oh, no.
It was like, no, it was later than that.
It was like 10.
So he's driving me home, and he's talking about his car, and because he had a cool car with like blue lights and all this other.
My car was hooked up. I had TV.
His car literally looked like Iceman.
Yeah, it was me. My car was me.
It was like it had rims, and it was low, and then it had like
it was a 2000
made mad noise.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if you know cars, but it's a 2000 Honda CRV, but it was sport out. Like I hooked it up. I was in a car club, guys. I was in the Street Bangers Auto Club, so I had to hook it up. My car was in the Puerto Rican parade. It was on all that. So like
he had LED lights on the inside, out the outside. Yo, that car was like, when I saw the car, I was like, wow, that's his car.
Yo, my music was so loud you could hear it from blocks away.
So then when he comes, I'm like, this guy is gonna try to kiss me when it's time to leave. And when we're walking to the car, he's holding my hand, and I'm like, fuck. Oh, guys, I didn't tell you the best part of the story. Hold on, I'm gonna skip back. Before the date, mind you, he said I wasn't his type because I looked like a little tomboy.
Oh, God.
But when I walked out my house wearing a mini skirt and a floral tank top shirt, and I had makeup on because I never went to work with makeup on, he was like, oh shit, this bitch look good. And I had sandals on, and my toes were done. I looked cute. Say I didn't look good.
Yeah, I told you that.
He was like, oh wow, I didn't even know that you look like this outside of I didn't even recognize when you was walking to the car. You look totally different. Oh, you didn't care about my boy haircut then, did you? Right?
Whatever.
Heard you. Because all he saw was my tight mini skirt. So anyway, so when he starts holding my hand when we're walking to the car, and I'm like, this is a bit awkward. This guy's weird. I'm not used to that. I'm used to, men who don't try those types of things. Like, it's either we just get straight to the forward. So when I was like, oh my God, this guy's
straight to the forward.
Straight forward, like straight to the shit. Everybody just wanted to fuck. That's how it went in real life, right? Nobody ever held hands and was like, oh, I want to be your boyfriend. So it'll be like,
hey, what's good? You want to fuck? And you usually just told yes or no?
Nah, back then I would have told you no.
Bitch, I wasn't going to ask you anyway.
You did. Let's get to the best part of the story. Yes, he did. Let me tell you what he kept telling me. During the dinner, he kept telling me how he got his own place.
I didn't even have a place yet.
No, Sammy, can you shut up? Yes, you did. You got your keys the next day. You said you signed your lease already.
No, I didn't. I applied.
You had signed your lease. You got it the 12th. Remember, we're talking about this is the second week of July. He was like, "Oh, I signed my lease. I did all my paperwork." Mind you, he didn't tell me he had a daughter. He didn't tell me he was married.
It wasn't your business yet.
It was my business, but yet you're talking about all this other extra shit. Oh, I got my apartment. I'm getting my keys tomorrow. I'm getting my keys tomorrow to my brand new apartment. Maybe you could come chill sometime in my apartment.
Yeah, instead of paying for a hotel, I'll fuck you in my house.
Exactly. That's asking. That's a form of throwing it indirect. So I was like, this guy's a freaking weirdo. He's mad corny, but let me leave. So then the night ends, and like he's driving me, whatever. And I'm like, listen, he pulls up to my house. My uncle's outside. My uncle's always outside drinking a beer, whatever. And I was like, listen, I'm not gonna be able to kiss you in front of my family. So then I was like, okay, bye. And then I left running.
Yeah, she gave me a tap kiss. But you know, it's so strange that I wouldn't have even thought about even getting a tap kiss. Most of the time, I mean, you were just friends. Like, we was just two friends going out.
You were trying to hold my hand, asking me to come to your house.
So what? I mean, I wasn't your husband. I wasn't your fiance. It wasn't your boyfriend.
It doesn't matter. Is that at the end of a first date, people usually expect that?
Nah, not. I mean, I don't know what kind of niggas you went out with.
Oh well, what kind of niggas? I mean,
I know.
What kind of nigga are you? You thought that I was gonna come to your house. You was inviting me to come to your house the next day.
No, bro. I didn't even know I had the apartment yet.
Yes, you did. You told me you were getting the keys the next day.
No, I didn't, because I called you and I said, "Oh my God, can you believe what happened? I just got the keys to my new apartment."
Yeah, you already knew you were getting them.
No.
You told me the date of it and everything.
You be bugging.
You said
I told you that I applied. I never told you I was getting it. See, that's how much you pay attention to me.
Yeah, because I didn't like you. I didn't want to even talk to you. I just wanted you. You
the one who asked me out on a date.
Because the guy that I was talking to at the time didn't want to really be with me. He wanted to just, And
you was dumb.
And I just was bored, and I just wanted somebody to hang out with, and he just seemed mad cool. No, I was an opportunist. Fuck out of here. Not I. Yes, because no, it wasn't, because
You saw opportunity. He said, this nigga got a house, he got an apartment, he got a job.
That wasn't until later.
And he got a car.
When I went on the date with you, I didn't even know you had a car, and I didn't even know you had. No, I knew you had a car, but I didn't know what your car looked like or anything like that. Because you told me, I needed to find parking. But to be honest with you. You and I we never talked about the apartment until that day, so that's mad corny. So anyways, to make a long story short, I didn't even want to talk to him. I started showing my friend his picture. It was pretty much the way it went was that the next day we talk or whatever, but he tells me about his apartment, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. But for the next week or so, they take him off the bus. And
yeah, like I said before, I didn't have enough seniority, so I couldn't stay with him. So they put me somewhere else.
Yeah, and they took him off of my bus, and we kept talking, whatever not. And me and my cousins, and my best friend were going to Six Flags, so I invited him, and he said he couldn't because of his car club. So I was like, all right, whatever. So then I took the opportunity when I was driving to Six Flags with my cousins to show them the pictures of him or whatever, and my cousins were like, no, I don't like his look, and it was because of the eyebrows and his hair. Like, his hair, he used to have, like, wear curly, and it just used to fall with a curl right here in front of his face. So, I was like, damn, I don't know, but he's mad cool. Like, the vibe with him was mad cool. So, I go to Target after that with my mom, and I know he got his apartment because he told me. But mind you guys, he wasn't answering my phone calls, and it was the service in his apartment, but really it was because he was bringing bitches here to fuck.
The service is bad in this apartment, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it was more than just that. Because Sammy was a fuck boy. So...
You're a liar.
Shut up. So he was bringing his chicks here. I'm not going to say no names, but you know who you are. And he was bringing her here, whatever. And then I'm on the bus that very day, whatever. And they're like, oh, I know that you're one of the matrons. The other pair stayed on the bus. And she starts telling me to be careful with him because she knew that me and him were talking. Because he brought me iced coffee because I was tired. And he brought me iced coffee from McDonald's, remember? Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, you need to be careful with him. And I was like, why?
Yeah, for some reason I had like the only bad rep in that school, and
But there you go. That's
There's a
where I
lot of
found
people
out.
there.
She said that he had screwed at least 8 women at the job. Then she told
and it
me.
wasn't. I only did like maybe one.
Then
At
she
that time, I don't even think it was none.
at the time it was none.
None. That's what I'm
None.
saying.
Yeah, so that's even worse, guys. So that just goes to show you that he cheated on me with bitches at his job. You sound so dumb. Shut the hell up.
Oh, my bad.
So, anyways, he goes and tells.
I was sipping my tea.
Shut up. She says, "Oh, you know that he's married and he has a daughter," and I'm like,
Snitches.
So I'm texting him like, "Yo, you have a daughter and a wife," and he's like, "Well, I'm still married, but me and her are separated. We're not together. So it's complicated."
That was true. I was legally separated. We had legally
I'm
recorded
like,
papers.
but he was still fucking her.
I mean,
No.
that's what people in New York do. They fucking.
No, they don't. Nobody does that. But
Nigga, you did that too. You was fucking your baby daddy after you broke up. Stop playing yourself.
But me and my baby dad didn't break up for like the reasons why you and her broke up. It was corny.
Bro, I broke up with her because I beat up her brothers because they tried to jump me.
Oh my god, he's always talking about extra. Anyways, you see what I'm talking about? You see that it's me, but it's you.
Alright, abusive. Go.
Because we were talking about you fucking other girls, and then you want to go into that.
Alright, go ahead.
So I was like, oh wait, this guy's crazy, whatever, heard. Okay, so we get into that conversation, him and I. So then, now I'm even more intrigued because it's intriguing for all women. I don't care what anybody says. When you find out when a guy is not answering your phone calls and kind of dubbing you, and then you find out he's a fuck boy, it's like, oh wait, this guy's intriguing. What is it that's so good about him that makes him a fuck boy that everybody else wants him?
You found out.
So I'm like, now I want him because everybody else wants him too. So I go to Target and I buy him plates for his house. But it wasn't even like that. Like what happened was that I literally...
Guys, she was trying to work her way in, so she bought me some plates.
Shut the hell up. No, he didn't. What happened was that me and my mom were shopping. I'm like that. And he could tell you because everybody knows that about me. My coworker was pregnant with her baby. And as soon as we found out what the gender was, I went straight to the store and bought a gift. I'm a giver, and that's how I am. And he could tell you, I'm not cheap like him. I buy gifts for everybody. My best friend wants hair dye, and she can't afford it right now. I'll buy you hair dye. My best friend wanted the same sandals I had. I'll buy you the same sandals. That's who I am. I'm a giver. I'm a good person. I'm a Libra. I love to love. So at the end of the day, we're in the store. It's the truth, Sammy.
Right, go ahead.
So I get in the store. And my mom and me are shopping at Target. And I go, oh, mom, my friend just got an apartment. He doesn't have nothing. Like, he literally had nothing. He had clothes in a bag. That's from what he told me.
Yeah, what happened was that I broke up with my baby moms. And I was staying with my parents' house.
With his ex-wife.
Alright, my ex-wife, whatever. We were married. Well, we broke up. We separated. And I stayed with my parents' house. And when I left with nothing. I literally didn't take anything with me but my TV. And I think my PlayStation and my clothes, and that was it. I left everything. I couldn't take anything. I was going to my parents' house, and there was no space there. So I just took the little few stuff that I could take. So when I got my apartment, I had nothing. I had to pretty much just start like from the beginning.
So I bought him plates to be nice. That was it. It was just to start him off. And then I'm like, when are we going to chill? It kept beasting for us to want to know when we were going to chill. And then he was like... he kept telling me he had all these car club events. Mind you, my cousin was a Rough Rider. And I'm like, I used to go to the Rough Rider events all the time.
One of the things that she missed that was really important was that when we were on the bus, she was texting me, and she would always tell me, "I think I know you from somewhere," and I'm like, "I don't know, I never met you before," and she's like, "Nah, I know you. I seen you somewhere, and and that was part of our conversation that we used to have on the bus all the time. That she knew me from somewhere, like she knew it in her head that she seen me somewhere, and what happened was that she ended up seeing me. We probably did meet. At the Candy Lounge. There's no Candy Lounge now, but the Candy Lounge used to be on Fordham in the Bronx. And it was one of the Rough Rider stomping grounds. And I had went because my cousin is a Rough Rider.
Your uncle was a Rough Rider.
Yeah, my uncle was a Rough Rider.
His uncle was Preacher. His cousin was Fabio. And Fabio and my cousin have known each other since they were kids, and they used to swim together in the same swimming team. And Fabio used to come, which is Nana. Hi, Nana. Used to come to my house, my family's house, in the backyard when they used to have in the summer, because all the lifeguards, and he was a lifeguard too with my cousin. They used to always come back there, and the Rough Riders would come and chill, whatever. And then his uncle was preacher, and preacher was a past. They used to call him the preacher because he was Christian, and he was always preaching, the gospel to people, and that was his uncle. But I was really big again, so we ran into each other probably in the club or through the events with the Rough Riders, and maybe never even knew. But mind you, we also came to find out, but it wasn't until we were already together, that his cousin and my cousins,
my cousin's cousin. So it's not like it's not my cousins, that are family. It's actually like my cousins on the dad's side is cousins with my cousin from my cousin's dad's side. So they're not related to me either, because I'm related through, obviously the moms, and he's obviously the, the dad or whatever. So it was weird because it was like, oh, our cousins are cousins. So my cousin and his cousins are cousins. And it was just so like, oh my God. So, and then it was funny because the block that he grew up on is the same block that my cousins grew up on, and they knew each other all their lives and didn't even know. But that just goes to show you that he wasn't in the cool crowd, because my cousins never knew him. Your cousins were not in the cool crowd either, because I didn't know them. How about that?
Whatever. So anyways, I can't remember when you interrupted me.
We were talking about...
the car club. I wanted to chill with him, and I'm like, yo, so when are we gonna chill?
My car club at the time would take up a lot of my time, and that was one of the reasons why I left it. It really took up a lot of time, and I really I didn't have the time anymore. But that was one of the issues that we were having when we first started talking, and we were talking a lot on the text messaging and on the phone and whatnot. And it was like, yo, when are we gonna chill? I'm like, yo, I don't know. I have an event this Friday, and then I had an event on Saturday, and then Sunday will be a barbecue, because the summer was like that. It was like a party Thursday, a party Friday, a party Saturday, and a barbecue Sunday. And that was like every week. So I was like, yo, I don't know. And then she was like, yo, I'll go with you. And I'm like, nah, you don't want to come with me. And she's like, why? And I'm like, yo, is this not the same? It's like with the car club that I was in, it was not really a parlay kind of atmosphere. It was like whenever we went somewhere, it was just like we had to hold our ground. Because people were always beefing. So it was like, nah, it's not like the Rough Riders.
It was the most corniest thing. When I went out with the Rough Riders, we would chill.
Yeah,
we would
Rough
get
Riders
drunk,
were like
we would have a good
and they
time.
wouldn't even pay no mind. Like they would just be like partying, like they wouldn't even know what's going on.
His car club, they stood in formation.
Yeah, like we were like
the women had to be escorted to the bathroom
because our car club was run.
Drink.
It was run like one of the like
military style. It was mad corny. It was an
no. It was run like the how do you call that the
Sons of Anarchy was not like that.
Nah, like I'm talking about like the Chingalings. Like I'm talking about like old school motorcycle gangs, like old school motorcycle clubs.
The Chingalings had more fun than we did.
Nah, bro, you don't know.
Anyways, who cares? So he said okay. I guess he had permission or something like that. He said it was okay. I went through.
Yeah, because what I told her, I was like, listen, we're not like in the car club. We were not allowed to just bring any female because it was like we had to respect the wives, you know. A wife is not going to want to see another chick, like a different chick every single time there's a party. Oh, this is so-and-so. And then another party comes and this is another so-and-so. Another party comes and I bring another chick. So I wouldn't bring no females with me. Like, I never brought a female to the car club except for my ex-wife. And then she wanted to come and I was like, all right, you could come, but...
But why? You don't want to know why? Because I bought him the plates.
You see? But...
He's like, this bitch is going to buy me stuff?
But before we got to that... I was sending you my business card to the phone.
He sent me a picture of his penis.
Yeah.
That's right. And then he was trying to tell me about that. What he wanted in the future was to have a kid. He wanted to have more kids. And that he's a serious guy. That he gets married. That he's into marriage. That he's a family man.
But all that was true.
The moment this nigga found out I was pregnant with my son, he totally flipped and started
I wasn't
being
ready.
different with me.
I thought I was going to have another girl, bro. All these girls in this house. I was like, I want another girl.
Anyways, so, yeah, so he took me with him. It was whatever. It wasn't a big deal, but the whole vibe.
But no, that wasn't, you're skipping another part.
What other part?
The only reason why, well, not the only reason, but what happened was that we were planning to come to my house that day.
Oh, because he kept saying, when are you going to come to my house and chill? When are you going to come to my house and chill?
The plan was we were going to come to my house, like, before the car club event started.
And it was a Friday night.
Yeah, so we were like, yo, I was gonna, like, we were planning to fuck. So I was like, yo, when are you gonna come to the chill? Like, when are you gonna come over and whatnot? I was sending her my business card, you know what I mean? And
I never
she was
had
feeling it, and I was gassing her up to about I eat the box really good, and I do this really
Remember the
good.
song that you were into back then?
Yeah,
I eat the pussy.
That
I
was
eat
my
the
song.
pussy. I eat the. I'm a
I
man
was
about it.
I was telling
I'm
her
a man
about like
it.
my game, and she was like hype, and she was like, yo, I'm with it. And since
I wasn't. Don't act like I was all hype like that.
You
That's
was
not
hype,
what
my
it
nigga.
was.
Stop fronting.
No.
Why you fronting right now?
No,
bro. Why you fronting right now?
I just wanted to have sex. I wasn't
Yeah,
just making
exactly.
it seem
But
like
you
I was all hype. Like,
you was
oh my
hype.
God,
You was like,
I'm
yeah, I'm about to get the
excited.
D.
Oh please,
Bro, you was hype.
Please,
She was hype, guys.
She was acting like I
hype.
was lacking in that area.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Oh, you probably wasn't lacking, buddy. But
I mean, look at my face. I may be chubby now, but I'm cute.
Shut up. You sound like a thought right now. You wasn't lacking. Shut the hell up. Thought. Anyways, she
Neither
was.
were you. You were
she was
the whole
hype.
Bronx.
She was hype. And the plan was to go to the event. It was in Brooklyn, and after the event, she was gonna come home with me.
And that's what happened. But let me tell you what happened. We're in the car club, and I thought it was kind of cute because they gave me a vest to wear. Mm-hmm. And I was in the bathroom like, oh, I'm feeling this vest, taking pictures of the vest. And then he was being so overprotective of me. Like, he was walking me to the bathroom, and I thought it was weird. I didn't know what the reason was. But I thought it was cute. Like, oh, he's walking me to the bathroom. He's being such a gentleman, getting me my drinks. He wasn't drinking, though. He never drinks when he's gonna. So he's like, oh, I'm not gonna drink, whatever. And then I was starting to feel nice. And then we decided to take a picture together. And it was a group picture with the whole car club that I was in. But then me and him took a picture alone. And then I was like, oh, I'll pay for it. So I have that too, guys. That's in our living room. Our very first picture was on our second date. And I remember thinking like, oh my God, like I loved his vibe. And what I always loved about Ice was his arms. He always has like these brolic,
as brolic as it
thick
used to be.
arms or whatever. Oh, please.
I used to be bigger.
They're still the same way to me. So, shut up, you're so cute. And then, so I'm dancing or whatever, and I'm dancing, I'm drunk, I'm feeling it. He smelled so good. Oh my God, that's what I love about Ice. He always smelled so good, and his arms were so thick, and I'm like holding on to his arms while we're dancing, and then our song came on, and it was the remix with Just You and I. And we were vibing and dancing to the song, and I was like, oh my God, let's go home. Let's go home. And we did. We took the drive home. Oh no, that's not what happened. Hold You did come on in the club, but in the car on the way to the club, they all were meeting up, and he kept singing Just You and I to me, and he was just like lip singing the whole thing to me, and he was going like that to me, and I was like, yo, this guy is he serious? Like, is he really singing a song to me, opening doors for me, which he never does now. Opening the door for me for the car, singing the song to me, he asked me to cut his nails, and I was cutting his nails and following him down. And then his cousins were in the background, and then I think that was our first kiss was in the car. And your cousin was in the back seat with his girl, and me and you kissed for the first time. And then remember, all the guys saw, and they was like, oh, and I was like, oh shit. And they were like, did we just witness a first kiss? And we're like, oh shit. So then at the club, all the vibe was already going because I was already like ready. He had me ready. Like, he knew what to do. He's a manipulator, guys.
Who, me? Damn liar.
No, he's a manipulator. He knows how to get you. He's smooth. He'll tell you everything you want to hear. He'll become your best friend. For those ladies who have fucked Ice, please, on the bottom of the comments, please tell me if whether or not Ice is a manipulator.
What nonsense? Ain't no girl that I messed with.
He is the best. Here. What? You don't know that. You don't know who's viewing your shit.
But they're not gonna say it anyway, even if they are.
he will manipulate you. He will make you feel like you're the best thing on earth. Even his ex-wife told me. His ex-wife was like, oh, in the beginning, it's always going to be like that. He's going to make you feel like you're the God's gift earth to him. And he's going to make you feel like you're just the most,
all
like,
right.
beautiful,
Continue with the
whatever.
story, buddy.
And that's what he did. He manipulated me into, like, yo, and I fell for it.
Bro, you didn't fall for anything until you got to this house.
Then I got to the house. We ordered McDonald's because we live across the street from McDonald's, guys. And he ordered McDonald's. He had nothing in this apartment except for a few bags and a futon. And so we're supposed to eat the McDonald's, but we put the McDonald's down. And I sit on the sofa bed like, oh, this is a nice place, whatever. And it really is a nice place, guys. We have a nice apartment. It's just cluttered because we have too many kids. And he starts going, like, starts getting closer and closer to me. Then he leans and he starts kissing me. The next thing I know, I end up on the bed and he's pushing me down and he's just making out with me. And then I'm not going to tell you guys the rest. However, I'm going to tell you that it was the longest it's ever gone in my life.
We had longer than that now.
No, I mean longer now, but I'm just saying, like, at the time, like, I had never, you know.
It was, 2 hours and 40 minutes? 45
yes,
minutes?
It was 2 hours and 45 minutes. And everything happened. And all I can remember thinking at the end of everything was, damn, this guy, I said, what did I tell you?
I said,
I said something about Superman.
No, you said, damn, you're Superman.
And I was like, you're Superman. And then we ended up, like, eating our McDonald's. And then and then I was like,
it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. No, we went to sleep.
It was like 5, 6.
The sun was coming out already.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, it was like
then you
5,
was like,
6,
it was because
the sun came out.
You was like, oh, just lay with me for a little while, and I'm like, no, I gotta go home because my kids are gonna be up at 8.
We went to sleep.
I know. Can I finish telling the story? God, you're so annoying. I had to be home because my kids get up at 8, so I was like, I gotta go home soon because my kids get up at 8. And I was like, what are you going to do today? And he's like, nothing. I don't have anything to do until, I think, tonight for the car club event. But I forgot how he got out of it, but we ended up going to the beach instead. But we went to sleep. He's like, please don't leave. Just cuddle with me. He's like, rub my back. And I'm like, rub his back? What the fuck? So he turns the air conditioner on. We lay down. I play with his back. We fall asleep. And then I was late. I woke up late. My parents were tight. But I got home. And I went straight to the room, got my kids ready, put on their bathing suits, and then we went to go pick up his daughter from... Oh, because you had to pick up your daughter. That's what you said. I had to pick up my daughter. And I said, oh, so I got to pick up my kids too, so why don't we just go to the beach together with the kids? And that was July...
23rd?
No, 22nd.
Bro,
well, the day that we had sex was the 22nd, which was the morning, so it was the 22nd.
Oh.
So we went to the beach, hungover, 2 hours of sleep. And we had fun. We had fun with the kids. The kids loved each other. And I think that's when we kind of knew that...
Yeah, one of the most important things that I said is that having a daughter is it's a really big deal. You don't want to mess up your daughter's mind, especially as a father. Portray, having different women in your life. It looks bad, especially to a girl. They follow you. They follow their father and... They pay attention to that kind of stuff, and I made a promise to myself that I wasn't gonna do that. That I was gonna make sure that I found a woman who was gonna be not just a woman but a mother, because I have a daughter, and it's not to say all women are like this, but a lot of the times when you have a and you enter a relationship with a woman who doesn't have a child, doesn't know what a mother is, it kind of like creates a little conflict where the woman will get jealous of the daughter and be like, oh, don't pick up your daughter because I want to hang out, I want to do this or I want to do that. And I didn't want that. I didn't want to be put in the middle of that. I didn't want to have to choose between a woman and my daughter because I was always going to pick my daughter first. So I always said that I needed a woman who was a mother, who understood what the role of a parent was, and that's exactly what I found in Cali. I found a mother and a wife, and I well, not a wife at the time, but I found a woman who was gonna care and cherish. And I saw how she was with her own kids, and I was like, all right, if she's like this with her kids, I know she will do the same thing with my daughter, and I know my daughter's gonna be in good hands when she's around her.
Cause we started dating after that, guys, and it got pretty serious right after.
Yeah, we just started. We kind of just made it like That was the
Yeah, we didn't. That's not really the day that we made it official, because it really never made an official day. We never did that.
It was never like, hey, you want to go out? Like it was just like we were friends, we fucked, and then we were like, all right,
we just started seeing each other, and it just never stopped. It was like, and then the thing is that, you know, one of the things that I'm Cuban and I'm Puerto Rican, and my mother is a clean freak and a really good wife and mother. And the one thing I learned from my mom was to cater to your man, and that's one thing about Ice can say, that I used to cater to him. And to
she'll
Crazii,
get mad if I even serve my own plate
at a party or something like that.
What the hell kind of?
Until this day, I'm like that. I serve his plate.
No, that's a lie. You don't care anymore. I serve my own plate now.
No, at parties, yeah. Because I got too many kids. There's 4 of them. My oldest, she serves herself. But I gotta serve Grace, serve Amaya, serve Eshe. Like, he don't help me, so the least he could do is...
Don't lie. Because now, most of the times at parties, I gotta be like, yo, Ada, you gonna feed your kids or not? Because you're just on your phone or Snapchat, Instagram, or talking to somebody.
That's not drinking. A lie. The last 2 to 3 parties we've been to, Sammy, I'm the one who was like, yo, Sammy, they open up the food, we're gonna eat, and you're fucking talking mad bullshit.
Right,
I mean, the kids are in the line already, so you're lying.
I'm talking about the majority of the parties I have to do.
He's such a liar, Sammy. Stop lying.
Ada, you wanna lie and say that I don't do that?
Sammy, that you only did that at one party. All the other parties I did that.
It was just one.
I put my kids first. One thing that I can ever say about me, guys, is that I'm an advocate for my kids, and I'm a mom. I'm a mom before I'm a wife, and he knows that. I love my husband to death. I'll do anything for my husband, but for my kids, I will fight. And he's the same way, you know, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, who else is going to be there for our kids if we're not going to be there for our kids ourselves? But like I said, the thing that he saw in me was because I would cater to him. I would buy groceries for his house. I would buy his daughter clothes. You know, I would comb her hair. I'm very like, and he would see the way I'm with my daughters. My kids, one thing you guys will always see is our kids are forever fly, unless it's a school week, because their uniform sucks. But you know, my kids always have their hair combed in the mornings. I put bows or headbands, and you know, I buy my kids really cute clothes. My kids have 1,000 shoes because I like to have different shoes for different outfits. And he saw that, and he realized that, and I cleaned all the time. All the time. So anyways, guys, so my mom taught me how to do this well. My mom taught me how to be a clean, you know, wait on your husband and kids type of wife. And
yes, I mean, basically, she was wifey material, you know, and that was what I cared about. It was wifey material and mother material, because I had a daughter, and you know, I needed a mother for my daughter.
But yeah, guys, this video was forever long. I have ADHD for adults.
Yeah, she talks too much and she goes off topic.
Because I love the story of us. I think the story of us is funny and it's cute, and like when people really ask us, where'd you guys meet and how'd you guys meet and what attracted you to?
Can you imagine when this question gets asked in person and we gotta sit there for like an hour telling them the story about us? If I said the story, it'd be done like in 5 minutes. But when Cali talks, it's like an hour long. But it's okay, guys. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure they liked the video anyway.
I hope you did, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. And get your mom and your grandma and your uncles and your cousins and your brothers and your sisters and your distant cousins and your, you know, that ugly padrino that you have that he comes to your house and he gives hugs for too long? Yeah, the uncle, the one with the no hair, that one. Get them to subscribe. Okay, guys?
You're so weird. But definitely, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We have a Q&A coming. It's not just a Q&A, guys. It's also an advice segment. So if you guys need advice, if you have been going through issues in your relationships, you know, please write it down in the comments below. Any questions, any advice that you might need, advice that you want to give us, just, you know, write it in the comments below, and we'll do that, I believe, on Sunday, right?
No. Oh yeah, it's gonna be, but it's not gonna be uploaded until
Sunday night, Monday morning.
No.
Whatever. We're gonna do it.
We got a challenge coming up on Sunday, and
all right, don't worry about it. Don't talk about that. That's not important. She talks. See, guys, I'm telling you, she talks too much. But guys, have a good night. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys soon.
Bye, guys. Comment and share.